Hey fam, I'm whispering right now because my brother is sleeping, but I just wanted to make a video about what I just saw. I went to Panera to do some homework and get a coffee. Then when I was done with my homework, I got back on my bike and started heading home. When I was kind of close to my house, I was driving down the residential area where all the houses are. And I see what looks like sort of like a pile of leaves in front of me on the sidewalk, kind of like on the side of the sidewalk, and as I get closer to it, it starts to move, and it's a bunch of baby ducklings. Like, baby ducklings, like so small and so brown and so fluffy and so cute. But there was no mother duck to be seen. It's a residential area. There are houses, there are cars, there's no like pond nearby. Why are these ducklings here on a street with houses and sidewalks and trees? Ducks don't live in trees. So I just stop and I start talking to the ducklings as if they can respond. Where's your mother? Why are you alone? You need to be careful. There could be a cat living around here. Where's your mother? I'm gonna stay here with you until your mother comes. So they start waddling up this person's lawn and kind of get close to the bushes, and that's where they decide to just sit down. They were so cute when they were walking, though. They're like staying close together because I guess that's kind of their instinct to stay together, and I guess that's why they weren't freaking out and running all over the place, freaking out about, oh my gosh, where did mom go? And when they sat down, they were like nudging each other and playfully like pushing each other, and oh my gosh, it was so cute. So I stand there for about 6-7 minutes, and then I look up the number for SPCA, a wildlife team. I give them a call and I say, I'm looking at about 10 baby ducklings and there is no mother in sight. Can you rescue them? And she said, if it's only been 8 or 9 minutes, that's not long enough to wait for the mother to come back, and chances are, because you're close to the ducklings, she's scared. And I'm thinking, but I mean, I was looking around for a mother duck to come and like yell at me and say, hey, get away from my kids, but there was no mother. So the lady told me it's too soon to go collect them, because what if the mother just went away for a little bit and they collect the ducklings and the mother comes back and we have stolen her children? So I got back on my bike. I had parked the bike and like put my backpack on the ground. I was that dedicated to like standing around and protecting them until the mother came back. The lady told me that I should probably walk away and go away for a little bit and then come back, and if the mother is still not there, you can call back and we will collect them. So it's been about a half hour, so at this point I'm going to go back and see if the mother is there, and if not, I'll call SPCA and have them collect the baby ducklings. Hey fam, so I just got back and here's what happened. They were still on the lawn, bundled up in a little group, sleeping away, so I still wanted to wait, because what if the mother comes? So I went down the street for like 2 minutes and then came back, and they were moving. They were going around to the side of the house. So I sort of followed them quietly and just observed, like, is there any other duck in sight? There was not. So then I called the SPCA again and said, it's been about an hour and I still haven't seen the mother, and what do you think is the best move? And she said, I hate to move them, I hate to, but I mean, if it's been that long and there's no sign of the mother, yeah, we're gonna have to bring him in, so bring him in. And I'm like, me? Bring him in? Me? Capture them? And she's like, yeah, we aren't allowed to take uncontained animals, so you're gonna have them contained in a box or something when our guy comes to pick them up. And I'm like, okay. So I hung up. There was a man gardening his front garden outside across the street, directly across from the street. And I said, sir, do you have like a bucket or something that I could borrow, because there are baby ducklings and it's been about an hour since I first saw them and I haven't seen the mother, and the SPCA said I have the okay to collect them, and then they're going to take them to the SPCA Wildlife Center. He was using some buckets, but he found one in his garage and brought it to me and offered to help. So we went across the street. The babies were nowhere in sight. They were walking along the side of the house into like the bushes last time I saw them, and in the time that it took for the man across the street to find a bucket in his garage, I guess we did a thorough sweep of the side of the house. We poked around the bushes. we sort of trespassed into the backyard of the house. 2 houses actually, but I mean, no one was home, so we didn't get caught. We didn't do any damage to the property. We were just looking to rescue some babies. I thought they were just going through the bushes, and it looked like they would have just gone into the backyard of that house that they were walking along the side of. I went in there, looked around the bushes. I looked the house next to it, and I looked in the house behind that house. I looked everywhere. I spent a good 10 minutes poking around bushes, calling out, "BBs! Come here, BBs! I've come to collect you from your negligent parents." But in the backyard of the house that they were in front of originally, they have a deck. And they have the kind that's like elevated, and they have that like crisscross wood type thing going on the side of the deck, and there's holes. And I'm hoping that when they disappeared and we couldn't find them anymore, that's where they went. And I'm hoping that's where their nest is, and I'm hoping that's where their mother is. But then I went across the street back to the man and said, "Here's your bucket back." I could not find them, and I'm really worried that something could happen to them. No mother, and I told the man about the deck and the hole underneath the deck, and he told me, my wife told me this Memorial Day, this Saturday, that she saw a duck in our pool in our backyard. And like I said, that man's house is right across the street from the house where I saw the ducklings. So I am hoping and praying that that is the mother of those ducklings, or even if it's not, that duck will see them somehow and take them in. I don't know if ducks do that. If they disappeared, they probably found shelter, which solves the problem of, do they have shelter? Are they going to be safe from predators and the sun and stuff like that? Second, that man said he saw a duck in his pool a week ago or something, and hopefully that's the mother, and even if it's not, maybe that duck can take them in. Third thing that I told myself to make myself feel better is I'm sure the babies can find food of some sort. Like, while they were walking along the house, they were poking around the grass, like eating, I don't know, dirt, bugs, I have no idea. Maybe there's a bird feeder somebody that has some bird food that's fallen onto the ground and they can eat that. I hope and pray that those ducklings are going to be okay. Maybe tomorrow I'll go back to that house and see if I see them out on the front lawn again with no mother, and maybe that time I won't try to collect them, because if they've made it that far, if they've made it through the night, and their chances are the mother is somewhere nearby, even though I'm pretty sure it's very unusual for them to be without the mother by their side. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. I'd like to point out that this summer I'm doing a fundraiser for a local refugee services organization. If I raise $500 for this organization, I will cut my hair short. So if you want to see what I look like with short hair, go donate to my fundraiser on crowdrise.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying happy, healthy, and hydrated. Feel free to subscribe to or just check out my music channel. I'm a musician as well, so if you want to see videos of me making music, then you can go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. When you're soaring through the air, I'll be solid ground. Take every chance you dare.